Good evening, good evening. How are you guys doing? I hope you are doing fantastic. Yes. Let me see who has joined the session on time. नाम तो बनते हैं, है ना? So I see here Jay, Vinay, and Fatima. Fantastic, kiddos, fantastic. A very warm welcome to all of you to this series of Board Brahmastra by Infinity Learn. Right? So I am Deveeka, your biology buddy, your biology mentor, and we are going to talk about what? Let me know today what we are going to talk about. We are going to talk about transportation. So as we have spoken, hello, a very warm welcome to all of you. Hi Likit, hi Aryan, hi Babu. So Tausif, and who else is there with me? Aryan. A very good evening. I am doing fantastic. Thank you for asking. Hope you are doing super cool. Right? Hi Mahinder. Welcome to the class once again. Hi Rafia. Right? Chalo. Bade kya? Let's start. Excited? Give me a heart if you're excited. As I am. I need a lot of heart to do today's session because we are going to talk about the heart. Yes? Okay, send me some hearts. Come on guys. So as you see the mind map of the chapter, life processes. Thank you. I love those hearts over there. Loving them. Right? So this life processes chapter has to talk about 4 different processes which are very important. Those are nutrition, excretion, transportation and respiration. Yesterday we have tackled with the nutrition part and its questions, right? Today we are going to talk about the transportation. So under the topic of transportation, this chapter deals with 2 types. One is with the plant transportation and the other one is the favorite one, the animal transportation. Isn't it? So transportation in human beings, right? So we will understand our heart today. Let me see how is your heart. Show it to me by sending some love on the hitting like buttons simultaneously. So chalo, yesterday's homework question first of all. Yeah? Yesterday's homework question first of all. What was the question? Can you answer me that now? Thank you. If my teaching helps, I am sorted then, right? Mera jeevan safal ho gaya. Thank you, serious art. That was very cute. Yeah, so what was the question? Osmosis, diffusion, active transport, passive transport. Which one of this is odd? And if it is odd, why is it odd? Why is it odd? Fantastic, Rohit. So I have my students from yesterday consistently and they are answering the answers today. Love you people, love you too. Right? So now here, you will rock it, Babu, I know. Right? So active transport, as it utilizes energy, it utilizes ATP. ATP is an energy molecule. Adenosine triphosphate, that's why it is, odd one, and the others are completely passive type of transport, no energy requirement at all. Yes, so chalo, today's target, what we are going to do, I've already stated that. One more time, transportation in plants, transportation in human being, we will talk about heart, and this one is for you lovely my dear students. Maintenance of platelets, and we will understand leave, जहाँ पे बहुत बच्चों को तकलीफ होता है, leave, right? Ria, all that dullness will go, stay with me, okay? अभी सारा का सारा dullness चला जाएगा आपका, do not worry. Correct is the currency, बहुत सही दीपांशु, very right. Right? So now, transportation in plants. Why do plants need transportation? Why do plants need transportation? They don't have heart. Then how do they do that? So it's very simple. The movement of water and food. So water movement would always be in unidirectional from the ground. No matter कितना ही बारिश आ जाए, कभी भी water will not enter from the leaves. No. From the crown? No. The entry is always from the root, right? This can be an objective question. Entry is only from the root. Fantastic. रफिया, हाँ जी, मैं बीच बीच में हिंदी बोलते रहूंगी बेटा, ठीक है, दोनों ही लैंग्वेज में चलते रहेगा. Do not worry on that. Yes, correct. Now, transportation is a process of which involve the movement of water and food, as you guys have told me correctly, right? जितने सही आंसर आप दोगे, ठीक है, जितने सही एप्ट आंसर्स आप चैट बॉक्स में मुझे देते रहोगे, उतना ही मैं आपका नाम लूंगी, ठीक है. सो दैट इज अ डील फ्रॉम माय साइड. सो अभी यहाँ पे क्या होगा? Xylem and phloem are the two vascular tissues that work. Now this vascular tissues, xylem and phloem, at a glance beta for you guys over here, at a glance, just this is enough for you to recall xylem and phloem, right? Fantastic, Likit. So abhi xylem for water conduction, along with water it also do the conduction of the minerals, isn't it? It also do the conduction of minerals. Another thing, it is having unidirectional flow. सिर्फ नीचे से ऊपर की ओर जाएगा. The water always will flow from the root to the shoot, never the other way round. Why? I'll tell you in a minute, right? And what are the components of xylem? Xylem के components क्या क्या है? Trachea, xylem vessel, xylem parenchyma, xylem fibers. Now here what you have to pay attention. Many a times MCQ कहाँ से आता है? MCQ comes from fantastic dark theme. अपना नाम लिखो यार, नाम लेने में मजा आएगा, right? So here यहाँ पे क्या होता है? Xylem parenchyma is the odd one out over here. यहाँ पे living जो tissue है, living जो cell है, that would be only of xylem parenchyma, and the rest are the dead cells. That is why we refer xylem to be the dead tissue. ये कैसा है? Dead tissue है. Alright? Now phloem, बिल्कुल opposite, conducts food. There is a bidirectional flow. Why there is a bidirectional flow? Please answer that. That's a question to be asked in CBSE board examination. Why phloem shows bidirectional flow and why not in xylem? On the other hand, I'll move ahead with the explanation of components. It has sieve tubes, it has companion cell, phloem parenchyma and phloem fiber. Except for phloem fiber, this is dead. This is dead, rest all are living, hence we call phloem to be a living tissue. क्या मुझे आंसर मिल रहे हैं? Why bidirectional flow? Yes, मुस्कान, बहुत सही. Bidirectional movement को ही हम क्या कहते हैं? Translocation, because it is bidirectional, not unidirectional. Here it is unidirectional, bottom to top, यहाँ पे दोनों साइड हो रहा है. That's why this is also called as translocation. This is also called as translocation. Fantastic, good job done. Because sucrose get accumulated in the phloem tissue and absorb water, creating a high turgor pressure. Shaurya, okay. ठीक है, good job Shaurya. Then I also have an answer from Rohit and Riya. Yes, yes, fantastic. Now यहाँ पे phloem के केस में क्या होता है? What is the key chain? Come on, tell me, what is the key chain? लियाकत. हाँ जी, लियाकत. यहाँ पे बताया मुझे कि प्लांट्स में कीचेन कौन सा होता है? Yesterday we spoke. Fantastic. Leaf होता है. Leaf is the key chain. In the crown, the food production is happening. So the food will get accumulated over there. Slowly it would be dissolved with the water which is coming along with the xylem, and then it would be sent down. Why? Because there's a sink down. Fantastic. Right? It would be sent down क्योंकि वहाँ पे sink रहेगा, and in that sink you will get all of this thing deposited. Yes? वहाँ पे सारा का सारा food would be stored. What is the sink? Sink in the plants for food storage is the roots, the stems. Right? Stems and roots. तो वहाँ पे जाके इसे dump करना पड़ेगा. Now the movement of material over here is in both the ways. That means against the concentration gradient we are going to send, right, from lower concentration to higher concentration, and that is why the phloem transport uses ATP. Right? तो ये बात हुई हमारे phloem और xylem की. अभी हम चलते हैं फटाफट फटाफट आगे चलते हैं वाटर ट्रांसपोर्ट की ओर. राइट? सो वाटर ट्रांसपोर्ट का स्टोरी शुरू होता है रूट से. रूट्स में अगर हम देखें तो वो शुरू होता है रूट हेयर से. सो व्हाट इज अ रूट हेयर गाइस? कम ऑन, टेल मी, व्हाट इज अ रूट हेयर? यस शौर्या, करेक्ट. इट इज एडिनोसाइन डाइफॉस्फेट ट्राइफॉस्फेट, ADP में कन्वर्ट होता है एडिनोसाइन डाइफॉस्फेट एंड देन अगेन. राइट महेंद्र. क्वेश्चन क्या है? व्हाट इज द क्वेश्चन? रूट हेयर इज द टीप? नहीं. थिन रूट? नो. लेट मी टेल यू. Root hair, you have learned about this in grade 9. I will make you recall the concept that is epidermal tissue. पढ़ा है कि नहीं पढ़ा है? Plant tissue में epidermal tissue. Right, correct Shaurya, right? So then what it is? Epidermal tissue का modification is root hair. You can see this is the epidermal cell. उसी का elongation हो गया है, and then you have this root hair getting formed over there. It has the cell wall, it has the cytoplasm, cell membrane, everything is there fantastically. So then if the question comes, can you answer it now? Tell me, what is root hair now? Come on. What is the root hair? Yes, लियाकत, बहुत सही जवाब दिया आपने. Like the blood capillaries, है ना? Correct. ICSE हम टैकल करेंगे, अभी CBSE का चल रहा है, right? So अगर आप लोगों की दुआ रही तो definitely soon we will do that, beta. Right? Fantastic. So it is a modification of the epidermal cell. So what is root hair? Modification of epidermal hair. Now what does it do? It is very thin, fine, so it goes into the soil and it absorbs the minerals inside it. Right? It absorbs the ions inside it. Now again I'm going to take you back to grade 9 ka concept. Hyper concentration. I need hyper concentration over here now. Right? You have learned about isotonic, hypertonic, hypotonic solution. Transport याद नहीं होगा, कोई बात नहीं है, मैं बता दूंगी. So whenever there is less water will try to move on that side. Jay, a very best luck for your examination, and I am sure, right, you will rock it. Right, Rohit, याद है? Yes, Tanmay, definitely. Right, you remember? Fantastic. So in that case, if the ions are becoming more over here, ठीक है, if the ions क्या है तुम्हारे magnesium, iron, calcium, ये सारे ions है. When the ions become more over here, the concentration of the solution inside the root hair is going to become hypertonic. That's why the water will start to move from outside to inside to maintain an equilibrium, and then the story will continue to the further cell, to the further cell, to the further cell, and पानी इस तरीके से inside push किया जाएगा. Right? So now there are few theories which tells कि water कैसे अंदर absorb होता है. Right? कैसे अंदर absorb होता है. Hypertonic means where the ions are in excess concentration. Alright? I cannot pronounce your name, forgive me for that. Kota Rao, right? Yeah. So now that water is absorbed by the root hair in that manner, yeah, and then it is moved into the xylem. Once it starts to move into the xylem, xylem में हमने देखा tracheas होता है. Tracheas are like straws on one top of another, one top of another. एक बड़ा सा pipeline बन जाता है, and then the water is pushed up, and that is called as ascent of sap. Guys, biology क्या है? Biology क्या है? कल मैंने बताया आपको, और मेरे पुराने बच्चे जानते हैं, मैं हमेशा क्या बोलती हूँ, बायोलॉजी क्या है? बायोलॉजी इज अ लैंग्वेज, है ना? लैंग्वेज समझ लो, रट्टा बारदा भूल जाओ. यस, सो दिस एसेंट, एसेंट ये जो वर्ड है, एसेंट आता है, फंटास्टिक रोहित, इट कम्स फ्रॉम असेंडिंग एंड डिसेंडिंग वर्ड्स जो है आपने पढ़ रखे. असेंडिंग मतलब नीचे से ऊपर की ओर, है ना, लोअर टू हायर. सो दैट इज व्हाट एसेंट ऑफ सैप. many students think that, oh, ascent of sap matlab, you know, it is something very, you know, unique thing, कुछ बहुत टॉफ चीज होने वाला. कुछ नहीं, सिंपल है. पानी नीचे से ऊपर जाता है और एसेंट उसे बुलाया जाता है. बायोलॉजी में इन बायो, sap is the fluid which is found in any cell or cell component. जैसे कि vacuole sap, vacuole में पाया जाने वाला fluid would be called as vacuole sap. Sap is the fluid mixture of water and other material. Endoplasmic reticulum का sap, right? So sap is merely the fluid. Here xylem sap मतलब कि water and minerals. अब याद रहेगा? Yes? Correct? If there are doubts, let me know. Now, another theory is transpiration pull theory. कभी straw से juice पिया है? Straw से juice पिया है? I am definitely sure कि आप लोगों ने straw को use किया ही होगा, right? है ना? So what happens in that? What happens in that? You pull the water or the juice, right, from the concentration. Glass में concentration ज़्यादा, आपकी glass में concentration ज़्यादा juice का, ठीक है, and straw से you are pulling it up. Yeah, same thing is over here. Now यहाँ पे it is dependent on the stomatas. Stomatas are what? Stomatas are not organ बच्चा, याद रखना. Stomatas are structures, they are pores, right? Stomatas are the pores. Yes, correct, right? So now the water will evaporate from the side, from the top leaves because of the transpiration. Transpiration rates depend on kitna humidity hai. So what are the factors affecting transpiration? There was a question in PYQ. During the night time, the water movement via transpiration pull is low. Why? During the night time, the transpiration pull is low. Why? Answer me that. रात में ऐसा क्या हो जाता है कि ट्रांसपिरेशन पुल जो है वो कम पड़ जाता है इन प्लांट्स. सनलाइट एंड टेम्परेचर बोथ वेरी क्लोज बोथ, वेरी क्लोज. हाँ जी, डेली इसी टाइम क्लास होती है बेटा, डेली इसी टाइम 4:15 हम मिलते हैं. फंटास्टिक लियाकत, बहुत सही. राइट डार्क थीम, राइट. ओके, क्योंकि रात में स्टोमेटास क्लोज हो जाते हैं, सनलाइट नहीं होता है, टेम्परेचर कम हो जाता है, राइट? That is the reason why you have low transpiration pull during the night time. Fantastic, lovely, you people are बहुत होशियार, right? So transpiration का दूसरा significance क्या है? What is the another significance? जैसे हमें पसीना आता है, our body gets cooled down. In plants also, because of transpiration, the temperature regulation happens. It helps in cooling the body of the plant down, right? Cool, very good, very good. Now ट्रांसलोकेशन, हमने इसके बारे में बात कर ही लिया है, फिर एक बार देख लेते हैं कि फ्लोएम में क्या होता है. In xylem you have unidirectional flow, in phloem you have the bidirectional flow, ऊपर से नीचे, नीचे से ऊपर हो रहा है. यहाँ पे सबसे खास बात जो मुझे आपको बतानी है, that is here you have sieve plates, right? sieve tubes होती है. sieve tubes क्या है? They are like again pipe like structures, बस इसके जो ends है, the ends of this sieves has this mesh like a structure, जाड़ी जैसा जो हम छन्नी यूज करते हैं ना, टी स्ट्रेनर एंड ऑल, वैसा स्ट्रक्चर होता है. एंड देन अगेन अनदर sieve tube. So here the sieve tube is a living tube but does not have nucleus. इसमें न्यूक्लियस नहीं होता है. एनी न्यूमेरिकल बेस्ड क्वेश्चंस? नहीं युवराज, यहाँ से न्यूमेरिकल बेस्ड क्वेश्चंस आप एक्सपेक्ट मत करना. बहुत सारे आएंगे एनवायरमेंटल वाले चैप्टर से, एंड द रेस्ट कैन कम फ्रॉम द हेरिडिटरी चैप्टर. वो चैप्टर करते वक्त बहुत मजा आएगा हमें, ठीक है. तो इनके साथ लगे होते हैं कंपेनियन सेल. कंपेनियन सेल्स हैव न्यूक्लियसेस. कंपेनियन का मतलब क्या होता है? यू गाइज आर माय कंपेनियन इन दिस क्लास, राइट? वी ऑल आर कंपेनियंस. सो दैट मीन्स क्या? वी ऑल आर फ्रेंड्स. हाँ जी, सही बात, करेक्ट, राइट? फैंटास्टिक, राइट. सो यहाँ पे दिस विल टेक केयर ऑफ द sieve ट्यूब, इसीलिए इसका नाम कंपेनियन सेल दिया गया है. दिस इज ऑल्सो लिविंग, sieve ट्यूब इज ऑल्सो लिविंग, राइट? sieve इज ऑल्सो लिविंग. ओके, चलो. Now that's why we call it as a translocation. दोनों साइड होता है, and then we push it into the sinks, right? Sink is what? Sink can be the root and the stem of the plants. Guys, आपको ये सारी notes कहाँ पे मिलती है? Where do you find all of these notes? I've prepared this beautiful notes just for you for your last revisions, right? ये notes आपको आपकी Telegram group पे मिल जाती है. Yes, both. And Telegram group का link नीचे डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में आपको मिल जाएगा, ठीक है. अब लेट्स रिकॉल, हमने क्या देखा? एसेंट ऑफ सैप एंड ट्रांसपिरेशन पूल, दे हेल्प इन यूनिडायरेक्शनल. जाइलम से ये काम होता है, एंड हियर मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम नो एटीपी इज रिक्वायर्ड एट ऑल फॉर द मूवमेंट. इन दिस केस ट्रांसलोकेशन इज बायडायरेक्शनल, फ्लोएम से होता है, एंड इट इज यूज्ड फॉर ट्रांसपोर्टेशन ऑफ फूड, राइट? एंड इसमें एटीपी की जरूरत पड़ती है. ये क्वेश्चन इंपॉर्टेंट है, पूछा जाता है, राइट? फैंटास्टिक. आगे बढ़े, लेट्स गो आगे. बी रेडी, बी रेडी. मेरी क्यूटी कैटी नहीं आई, कहाँ गई? आगे. मेरी क्यूरियस कैटी आ गई है. सो शी मस्ट हैव कम विद सम काइंड ऑफ क्वेश्चन. लेट्स सी व्हाट्स द क्वेश्चन. आउट ऑफ जाइलम एंड फ्लोएम, which one carries the what kind of material? Upward as well as downwards. Who carries it? A. Yes, Rohit. Absolutely right, beta. Champion ने सबसे पहले आंसर दिया, फिर रोहित का आंसर है, and then the dark theme, right? So dark theme is शौर्य, I guess, right? So it is phloem. हाँ जी, फ्लोएम, करेक्ट, सही जवाब. चलो, अरे only upward movement, लियाकत, and then Ritika and champion again. Fantastic. Only upward, right, Rohit? बिल्कुल सही. What is the source of work in, what is the sucrose working plant? लोहिता, सुक्रोज का क्या काम है ये पूछना चाहते हो आप? सुक्रोज इज द स्टोर्ड फूड मटेरियल. तो जब भी प्लांट को जरूरत पड़ेगा, देन इट विल यूज इट. सुक्रोज इज अ कार्बोहाइड्रेट, सिंपल कार्बोहाइड्रेट. जैसे ग्लूकोज होता है वैसे ही सुक्रोज भी होता है, ठीक है. तो स्वीटनेस जो आती है आपको कई बार वो सुक्रोज से आती है, राइट? इन द नेक्टर्स इट इज फाउंड मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम. जी बिल्कुल सही. तो only upward is in the xylem. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. चलो आगे बढ़े, आगे बढ़े. आगे क्यूरियस कैटी फिर से आ गई है with another question. Name the conducting tissue in the plant which are made up of living cells. इसका आंसर क्या है? Living cells. इसका आंसर क्या है? Yes, yes. Answer, answer. Fast, fast, fast. Fantastic. Phloem, phloem. Correct answer. Then dead cells, dead cells, dead cells. बोट बिल्कुल सही है. Very nice, Rohit. Fantastic. The xylem. Xylem is another answer. Oh, curious कैटी अभी तक गई नहीं, तो इसका मतलब और एक सवाल आने जा रहा है. And this time it's a subjective question. Let's read it out what it is. Now, name one animal having single circulation of the blood and another having double circulation. Guys, we are entering into the transportation in animals. Come on, come on, come on. Share it with your friends and let's join us together. Right? सारी पूरी की पूरी क्लास आपकी यहाँ पे होनी चाहिए, आपके सारे दोस्त यहाँ पे होने चाहिए. बताओ. Champion! Fantastic, Rohit, Ritik. Very good, very good. So, fish में पाया जाता है single circulation and हम में पाया जाता है in animals you find the double circulation. So, fishes have only 2-chamber heart whereas we have a 4-chamber heart. हमारे पास 4-chamber heart होता है. On the other hand, the reptiles and the amphibians have 3-chambered heart. इनके पास they have 1 ventricle and 2 auricles, right? 1 ventricle and 2 auricle. Fantastic? Fantastic? Let's see how they are. How they are. Very important topic is coming now. Very important topic is coming now. Right? So now here fish, amphibian, mammals, birds, सबका एक साथ दिया गया है circulatory system. Let's see. Here you have only 2-chambered heart, 1 auricle, 1 ventricle. सीधा सीधा systemic circulation होता है. Just the blood pressure drives the circulation. Just the blood pressure drives the circulation. आकाश कॉकरोच में होता है open circulation. ठीक है, ओपन सर्कुलेशन होता है उनमें. उनका हार्ट थोड़ा अलग होता है हमारी हार्ट से. राइट? सो नाउ हियर 3-chambered हार्ट इज सीन इन द एम्फीबियंस एंड रेप्टाइल्स. क्वेश्चंस आते हैं इसमें से. 1 ऑरिकल, 1 वेंट्रिकल एंड 2 ऑरिकल्स. सो 1 पंपिंग एंड 2 वुड बी रिसीविंग चैम्बर्स. यहाँ पे ब्लड मिक्स हो सकता है. दे कैन अफोर्ड द मिक्सिंग ऑफ ब्लड. राइट? Another is mammals and bird. If you can see, we have 2 ventricles and 2 auricles. Same is the case with birds. So that clearly states कि यहाँ पे mixing of oxygenated and deoxygenated blood is not recommended. Why is it not recommended? Let's see. Right? Curious catty again? Oh God, question time. What is the necessary? Why is it necessary to separate oxygenated and deoxygenated blood in mammals and birds? Fatafat. Hi all. Right. Tell me. Why is it necessary? Atrium, auricle same ही होता है बेटा. It is just plural and singular respectively. That's all. Okay? No mixing of blood, yes, correct. But why there should not be mixing of blood? Because they need huge energy. मुस्कान, बहुत सही बात कही आपने. Right. Both fantastic. Because this is a warm-blooded animal. Answer मैं लिख रही हूँ, ठीक है? Warm-blooded animals होते हैं ये. Right? They are warm-blooded animals. And they need to regulate their body temperature, and to regulate the body temperature they need sufficient amount of energy. That's why they cannot afford to mix the oxygenated and deoxygenated blood. Fantastic. बढ़िया, मजा आ रहा है, मजा आ रहा है कि नहीं? Where are my hearts? Hit the like button फटाफट. पीयूष, hit the like button फटाफट. मजा आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? आ रहा है. पढ़ाई में हमेशा मजा आना चाहिए, राइट? अरे you will rock it मानव, I know. Yes मालती, please ask. चलो, fun factor time. फन फैक्टर टाइम. पीछे क्या देख रहे हो आप? हमारी धरती घूम रही है ना? व्हाट इज द सर्कमफरेंस? मालती प्लीज आस्क बच्चा, डोंट, मुझे एक डाउट है, ऐसा मत बोलो, फटाफट डाउट पूछो, राइट? Circumference of our earth is near about 40,000 75 kilometers. इतना circumference है. Now here, any guesses what is the length of your circulatory system? What is the length of your circulatory system? You would be surprised to know, extremely surprised to know that you can take 2.5 chakra of the globe, right? You can take a 2.5 chakra of your earth when we extend our circulatory system. That big is our circulatory system. That big is our circulatory system, right? Fantastic. Now here, the circulatory system, what are the components of circulatory system? What are the components of circulatory system? Yes, 66 miles, that means near about 1 lakh kilometers. कल इसी टाइम मिलेंगे 4:15, right? Chalo, what are the components? Fantastic, Diptanshu. So we have the components like circulatory medium, the blood vessels, the pumping organ. The pumping organ is your heart. It is the pump of your body, right? It is the pump of your body. Pump क्या करता है? जैसे हमारे घरों में water pump होता है. And then you have the entire, pipeline which supplies water everywhere. So that pipeline are your blood vessels, the water pump is your heart, and the circulatory medium वहाँ पे पानी होता है. We have blood and lymph. Blood and lymph are your connective fluid tissues, right? Blood and lymph are your connective fluid tissue. Now, what are the components of the blood? Blood में दो चीजें होती है, fluid and solid, right? Fluid and solid, दो components होते हैं. Now here we have the fluid and the blood cells. Solids would be the blood cells. So fluid is plasma. What is plasma? Plasma consists of serum and protein. Plasma consists of more than 90% of water itself. The rest is your protein. Then what is serum? Is there any rock star in my class who can answer what is serum for me? Yes, Piyush, very correct. कोई बता सकता है सीरम क्या है? मैं आगे बढ़ती हूँ तब तक, है ना? Blood cells कौन सी होती है? WBC, RBCs and platelets. We'll see them. नहीं पता, मैं बता देती हूँ, फटाफट बता देती हूँ. Serum is nothing but plasma minus the clotting factor. Serum is nothing but plasma minus the clotting factor, right? अब, अरे curious catty is here. So question लेके आई है, and the question is, blood is the fluid connective tissue and it is essential for life. Why? ऐसे ही question आने वाले हैं. These are called as the reaction based questions. So your board examination pattern has been changed, you know that? है कि नहीं? You know that? So such type of questions you would be able to see. Fantastic board. Yes, definitely dark theme. Please share, right? Please share. And here, blood क्या है? Connective tissue है, for it does the job of transportation, right? Mahendra, correct. Transportation का job करता है, and that is why to transport things from top to toe, to maintain body temperature, blood का होना बहुत जरूरी है, right? It is very very necessary. तो चलो शुरू करते हैं प्लाज्मा से. What is plasma? जी, correct Akash, correct. Fantastic. So blood consists of plasma, I told you, right, already. Then in plasma, what all does it has? It has all the water, 90% of water, और बाकी 10% होते हैं nutrient, waste, gases, proteins and ions, right? So rest of the things are there. Plasma is the fluid part of your blood. So अगर blood को हम एक test tube में रखेंगे and let it settle down, तो there would be a clot formed. Most of our blood is made up of RBC, near about 45% जो है उसमें RBC होता है, बाकी का it would be plasma, and near about 1% or so there would be this buffy coating, a cloudy coating, जो ये है ना छोटा सा coat, that consists of the platelets and the WBC. अब बहुत मजा आने वाला है. Now the session is going to be super duper fun, right? Super duper fun, क्योंकि अब हम पढ़ने वाले हैं कुछ बहुत खास. That is your cells. So 40 to 45% are your RBCs. RBCs are also called as Nasim, I guess 8th ka sessions you'll have to see it on the app, right? Red blood cells are also called as erythrocyte. Guys, the connection is from the Greek word. Greek में erythro मतलब कि red. Cytes in biology is cells, right? So red blood cells are also called as the erythrocytes. इनका lifespan होता है only, no, not erythromycin, both. Erythromycin is an antibiotic. Not erythromycin. इनका lifespan is 120 days. They do not have nucleus at all when they become mature. When they are young, they generate from the bone marrow. That time they do have nucleus. Once they attain maturity, they become, sufficiently efficient to bind oxygen. That time they just chuck off the nucleus from it, and that's why ऐसा shape, the biconcave shape, जैसा पेढ़ा होता है ना, पेढ़ा बीच में पचका हुआ disc shape, वैसी हमारी RBC होती है, right? So this RBCs are for oxygen transport. They are for oxygen transport specifically. Now you guys tell me, ये जो oxygen transport 120 days तक करेगा, उसके बाद क्या होता है इनका? They die off. They do not divide. RBCs, yes Muskan, RBCs will not divide because they do not have nucleus. Why cannot RBC divide is the question. They would leave with whatever material is there for 120 days. After that they will khatam, right? 120 days तक ये अपना काम करते हैं. What is the काम? What is the job? Function is to bind with oxygen and transport it throughout your body. What's anemia? Anemic is the person who has less hemoglobin. उनमें iron की कमी होती है, right? Correct. ठीक है. अब कैरियोकाइनेसिस कैसे करेगा? कैरियो मतलब तो न्यूक्लियस, काइनेसिस मतलब डिवीजन. कैरियो है ही नहीं तो काइनेसिस कहाँ से होगा, right? Fantastic. So why are they red in color? They are red in color because of the heme pigment present in them. What is the heme pigment? Heme pigment is hemoglobin. So what is the respiratory pigment found in human being is my question now. पीयूष वहीं पे आ रही हूँ. मुस्कान, बहुत जल्दी जवाब दे दिया आपने. Yes, hemoglobin is the respiratory pigment present in the human blood. Fantastic. Love you. Right? Now, white blood cells. White blood cells are aka also called as leukocytes. Leuko literally means white. हालांकि ये white होते नहीं हैं. Right? They are not white. They are not white, right? Yes, Akash, correct. They generate from the bone marrow, RBCs, all the bloods, WBCs, bhi, sare hi blood cells, right? Now, the white blood cells are basically colorless, they don't have color, and they don't even have any particular shape, right? They are like amoeboid cells. What's their job? देखो कैसे पकड़ पकड़ के खा जा रहा है. वो किसको पकड़ रहा है जानते हो? The pathogens, the bacteria, उसको पकड़ पकड़ के खा जाता है. So they are actually the good cells which are going to fight against the bad cells and kill them off. So they are our, defense system. हमारी पुलिस है, मिलिट्री है WBC, right? So they all generate from the bone marrow and they attack the foreign body. They help us to fight against the pathogens. Fantastic. अब बात करेंगे platelets. Platelets नाम कहाँ से आया? They actually look like plates. That's why platelets, right? So they are biconvex in shaped. Right? और देखो वहाँ पे जरा platelets क्या कर रही है? They are actually healing a wound. Okay? They, as soon as they sense that there is a leakage and blood is oozing out from some vessel, they get activated. Once they get activated, they make a mesh kind of a thing. Once they make a mesh kind of a thing, they generate a cascade of reaction. कई सारे chemicals अब यहाँ पे आएंगे, बहुत सारे clotting factors like fibrinogen and all will come and get activated, and finally it will clog up the open wound, the blood vessel, and you are saved, right? वरना एक छोटी सी injury भी would have killed us because the blood would have flown out. No, not because of leukocyte, Akash. The pimples जो आते हैं, the acne, that's different story. That's because of your sweat glands or sebaceous glands getting clogged and the streptococcus making home over there, right? Okay, तो चलो आगे बढ़ते हैं lymph की ओर. Lymph, what is lymph? I'll give you a simple trick of the day. Yeah, trick of the day. लिख लो, भूल जाते हो आप लोग, ठीक है? क्योंकि ऐसा लगता है अरे वाह वाह मैम ने क्या बता दिया यार, क्या ही बता दिया, मुझे तो पूरी जिंदगी याद रहेगा. लेकिन बिल्कुल एग्जाम के एंड टाइम पे हम भूल जाते हैं, या फिर 2 महीने के बाद आप भूल जाओगे, या फिर कल ही भूल जाओगे, ठीक है? राइट इट डाउन. सो lymph is what? Lymph is blood minus RBC. That's all. Khatam. Tata. Bye-bye. Done lymph. Okay. So now here lymph actually means water. It comes from a Latin word. Right? So lymph क्या होती है? जैसे हमारे शरीर में बाकी कैपिलरीज घूमती है वैसे ही lymph vessels भी घूमते हैं. lymph का एक बहुत important काम है. These are also called as the middleman. Right? The middleman between the blood and the tissue. अब blood and tissue में इसको middleman क्यों कहा जाता है? क्योंकि whatever plasma is going to ooze out, right? Whatever plasma is going to ooze out of the capillaries, हर एक cell के पास हो जाएगा. Your cells, your tissues would be drenched into this fluid, and जो भी tissue excreta create करेगा, whatever waste would be produced would be dumped over there in that fluid. That fluid comes back into the blood vessels by the lymph. So lymph क्या हुआ? The middleman, right? Correct? Fantastic, Piyush. दूसरा जॉब इसका ये है कि it also absorbs the fat. Fat जो हमारे digestive system से होके जाता है, that is actually absorbed in the lymph and not in, oh, curious catty here, and not in the blood. And there's a question too. चलो दिमाग की बत्ती जलाओ, दिमाग की बत्ती जलाओ कि एक्सट्रैक्टिंग डीएनए है ना, कोई भी फॉरेंसिक, ये आप तो इसे जानते होंगे, कुछ तो गड़बड़ है दया, राइट? सो जब भी कोई फॉरेंसिक साइट पे, मान लो कि आप कोई फॉरेंसिक साइंटिस्ट हो एंड हम लोग गए क्राइम सीन पे, वहां पे आपको मिले खून के धब्बे, राइट? यू विल टेक इट फॉर द डीएनए एनालिसिस. For DNA analysis, you have got some blood sample. Which blood cells would you use for the DNA testing? Main function of lymph is to provide the tissue with the nutrients and to extract the waste material which is generated and push it back into the blood. Leukocyte. Fantastic, my rock stars. I have got my rock stars over here. पहले 3 बच्चे जो जवाब देंगे, that is Mahendra, Piyush and Akash. The WBC only. Q. Answer is WBC, white blood cell. क्यों भैया? Because WBCs are the only cells in blood which has its nucleus. Platelets enucleated, RBCs enucleated. तो सवाल ही नहीं उठता. Right? Platelets are also called as the thrombocytes. Platelets are also called as the thrombocytes. Fantastic? Yes, correct. अब ब्लड वेसल्स की बात करेंगे. पाइपिंग हमारे शरीर में कैसी बैठाई है भगवान ने, उसे देखते हैं. सो वी हैव वेन्स, कैपिलरीज एंड आर्टरीज. राइट, आर्टरीज एंड वेन्स मोटे मोटे होते हैं. कैपिलरीज ऑन द अदर हैंड आर द वेसल्स कमिंग, थिन वेसल्स फॉर्म्ड बाय द आर्टरीज एंड द वेन्स. दे आर सिंगल सेल्ड. Single cell layer of endothelium. ये किससे बनी होती है? Single cell of endothelium. Correct महेंद्र, बहुत thin होती है, so that the plasma can ooze out, the nutrient can ooze out. Fantastic, fantastic. तो चलो सबसे पहले कैपिलरीज को बात कर लेते हैं, है ना. कैपिलरीज are the small thin vessels which are coming from the arteries and veins. They actually divide so thin, and there's a huge network of capillaries that it can actually send out the plasma out of it, which will have all the nutrients to the tissue. Okay, अब blood vessels की बात करते हैं, एक साथ देख लेंगे इन्हें. Arteries and veins. Arteries, can you see arteries? You can see veins. जरा check करो तो अपनी अपनी veins. I can see mine, right? I can see this blue and green color things. Yeah? Can you? Can you? No? No? नहीं दिख रही होगी. Veins दिख रही होगी यहाँ पे. So whatever you can see on the surface, right? Cartilage is soft bone बेटा. Cartilage is soft bone. ये cartilage है, ये cartilage है, which gives you structure. दिख रही है ना? Can be seen. Fantastic. So veins can be seen because they are arranged on the surface, right? Whereas arteries are deep seated. ऐसा क्यों? ऐसा क्यों? Because in arteries there is a lot of pressure which can actually outburst them. So they are kept deeply inside our body so that it can withstand the pressure. And the answer lies over here only. What does it do? It carries oxygenated blood A से artery, A say away. Trick of the day, please write it down. Away from the heart. Away from the heart. ठीक है? It takes blood away from the heart, whereas the veins bring the deoxygenated blood back to the heart. Now it is also called as distributing vessels. That's why veins are also called as the collecting vessels. On the other hand, the arteries have the यहाँ पे walls नहीं होते because it will work on the pressure. हमने thin and elastic की बात पहले कर दी. They are deep seated, right? Arteries are thick, right? They are thick. They are thick and non-elastic. Whereas these are thin and less elastic. Fantastic. They are deep seated and they are on the surface. Right? They are on the surface. चलो आगे बढ़ते हैं. अब बात करेंगे हार्ट के स्ट्रक्चर की. अब बात करेंगे हार्ट के स्ट्रक्चर की. Right? What is the need of lymph when the vessels are there? हाँ, बहुत अच्छा क्वेश्चन पूछा है आपने चैंपियन. What is the need of lymph when the blood vessels are always there? Right? So when the blood vessels are there, they are doing the transportation of the cells as well. Lymph जो है, the blood vessels cannot reach each and every cell, but lymph on the other hand can do that job. That is why it is present there बेटा. Correct? चलो अब स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ हार्ट ड्रॉ कर लेते हैं. अब मेरे कुछ बच्चे ऐसे हैं जिनको ना स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ हार्ट ड्रॉ करने का बहुत डिफिकल्टी होता है. सम आर आर्टिस्ट्स ओवर हियर, उनको अच्छा भी लगता है, नो वरीज. इसको ड्रॉ करने का बहुत ही सिंपल तरीका भी है, ठीक है. सो मैं इसे टैकल करूंगी एक सेपरेट सेशन में कंप्लीटली, वेयर आई शो हाउ टू ड्रॉ द स्ट्रक्चर्स. सो हियर इफ यू सी वी हैव 4 चैम्बर्स, राइट. हमारे हार्ट में 4 चैम्बर्स होते हैं, to receiving upper and to which are going to pump, right? So pumping or receiving. ये हो गया right atrium, right, and right ventricle. On the other hand, we have the left, right, the left atrium and the left ventricle. Now अब यहाँ पे होता क्या है? What is the structure? Right, very beautifully we have got this structure. Here you will see that there is a septum present, there is a muscular septum present over there, so that there is no mixing of oxygenated and deoxygenated blood. On the other hand, a very fantastic question that can come over here is, बाकी स्ट्रक्चर तो आपको अभी पता ही होगा, तो मुझे क्वेश्चन का जवाब दो. Why the walls of ventricles are thicker than the walls of auricle? बताए जल्दी जल्दी, ठीक है. Why the walls of the ventricles, है ना, ये वाली जो वॉल है, ये वाली जो वॉल है, if you can see they are very thick than the walls of the auricle. Why? To prevent the blood flow? No, that is in the case of arteries and veins. Veins में walls क्यों होते? If I ask, then both that is the correct answer. Champion! Fantastic. Because more the wall, more would be the pressure. More muscle, more pressure, more pumping. Fun factor time. If you cut this aorta over there and check how much further this heart can pump the blood out, with one squeeze it can pump it to 30 feet long. इतना pressure generate होता है in the walls of your artery. 30 feet long. Wall नहीं बेटा, wall. Sorry. Wall. Right? Wall की बात हो रही है. Valve की बात हम करेंगे अभी. Okay, so that was about the chambers. Now we will see cardiac septum भी हमने देख लिया, ये वाला cardiac septum. Now the first one we will start with right auricle. Right auricle में blood आएगा. How the blood comes? It comes from the vena cava. Right? It comes from the vena cava. In your NCERT, they have not written superior and inferior. They have only mentioned vena cava. लेकिन ये कोई super science नहीं है. Superior is from top, the body का blood would be collected, and inferior is from the bottom, the body का blood would be collected over there. Where is heart present? Heart आपकी मुट्ठी बराबर है. आपकी मुट्ठी बंद कर लो, and that is the size of your heart. It is present right in center, behind your thigh bone, your sternum, and shifted the lower portion, है ना, ये जो है that is little bit tilted towards the left. Okay, so कई बार कर देना तो कई बार मूवीज में गलत जगह पे कर लेते हैं हार्ट अटैक का सीन, तो याद रखें कहाँ है. Right, so it is right in center and the lower portion is tilted little towards the left side. Right, अब blood आ गया, vena cava will collect, it is pumped over here. There is a valve over here so that the backflow can be, stopped. Now the valve use unidirectional, ये one way जैसे रास्ते, ये उल्टे कभी नहीं खुलते, right? And that valve is called as a tricuspid valve. Tricuspid. Why tricuspid? यहाँ पे, yes, यहाँ पे, because there are 3 muscles over there, 3 muscle like structure, इसीलिए tricuspid. This is on the right side. This is on the right side. अगर आपको इसमें याद रखने में दिक्कत होती है, कई बच्चों को नहीं होती है, अगर किसी को भूल के भी होती है, तो there is a trick to remember it. There's a trick to remember it. What is the trick? Tricuspid में आता है R, T-R-I, R. R is on the right side. R is on the right side, and that's how you will never even forget in your entire life now. Tricuspid on the right side. So bicuspid will be on the left side by default, right? So bicuspid on the left side. Bicuspid is also called as the marital wall. Bicuspid को हम marital wall भी बुलाते हैं, right? Now there are the pulmonary arteries, right? Pulmonary artery and pulmonary vein. So the pulmonary artery and pulmonary vein are the exceptions. Pulmonary vein brings, सारी body की veins brings the deoxygenated, right? Yes, Rohit, marital wall बुलाया जाता है. तो लेकिन pulmonary vein brings the oxygenated to the left auricle. On the other hand, vice versa, pulmonary artery gets out the deoxygenated blood from heart to the lung. चलो आगे बढ़ते हैं. So what does the lung do? The lung brings a beautiful gift for your heart. That's the oxygen. Heart को आपके वो oxygen बहुत पसंद आ जाता है, and he says, let's share it off with the entire body, right? Let's share it off with the entire body. Champion, do not worry, we will tackle with that also. मेरे पास एक बहुत ही बढ़िया तरीका है, ठीक है, मैं उसे शेयर करूंगी आप लोगों के साथ. Do not worry about it. Okay, तो चलो अभी फटाफट ये कर लेते हैं कि यहाँ पे किस तरीके से सर्कुलेशन होता है. This is called as double circulation. Why is it called as double circulation? Because the blood moves twice through your heart in one cycle, that is why. ठीक है, तो सबसे पहले we'll start with the pulmonary vein, which brings the oxygenated blood to your left atrium. From the left atrium, it is pumped via the mitral wall, via the bicuspid wall into the left ventricle. The left ventricle pumps it to the, body now, right? Aorta आएगा, aorta से वो पूरी की पूरी body में जाएगा. Organs will give out the deoxygenated blood into the right atrium. Right atrium से इसे push किया जाएगा into the right ventricle, and from the right ventricle again back to your lung via the pulmonary artery. That is double circulation. Very simple, very easy. यहाँ पे question क्या आता है? Question आता है what is the path of the blood, right? Schematic आएगा, full diagram champion अभी तक तो PYQs में, previous board exams में बहुत कम देखने को मिलता है heart का diagram, ठीक है, इसीलिए. चलो, so that is why this is called as double circulation. So this double circulation is of two types, pulmonary circulation and the schematic circulation, the systematic circulation. The circulation happening between your heart and body is systematic, and pulmonary is with your lung and the heart. One more time. Blood सबसे पहले आया right atrium में, right atrium से it has pushed down into the right ventricle via the tricuspid wall. Now the right ventricle pushes it out into the pulmonary trunk, pulmonary arteries लेके जाती है lungs की ओर. Once the blood gets into the lung, and lung में जाने के बाद when they are oxygenated back, it comes via the left side pulmonary vein into the left side left auricle, again into the left ventricle, into the aorta and into your body. That's all. That's all, my dear student. Oh, cutie catty. Wow! And this time she is with an assertion and reasoning question. किसे किसे अच्छे लगते हैं? किसे किसे अच्छे लगते हैं? बड़े अच्छे लगते हैं ये assertions और ये reason. बताओ फटाफट. In the human heart, there is no mixing of oxygenated and deoxygenated blood. Reason? Walls are present in the heart which allows the flow of blood in one directional only. These are your option, my dear student. Both assertion and reasons are correct. अगर ये क्वेश्चन आ गया एग्जाम में तो हमारी तो बल्ले बल्ले, right? बताओ. Both A and R are true, but reason is not the correct explanation for the assertion. Both A and R are true, but R is not the correct explanation for the assertion. या फिर A is true but R is false, A is false but R is true. I'm getting, hey, my superstar, Rohit, both fantastic champions. So, this is the correct answer. कितनों ने इसका सही जवाब गेस किया? बताओ मुझे. I do not see hearts. I need heart. I need a heart for my cutie catty for such a lovely question. B, yes, दोनों ही सही है, लेकिन deoxygenated and oxygenated blood are separated because of the cardiac septum, because of the septum wall which is present in between, not because of the walls, not because of the walls, right? तो मैंने आज YouTube शॉर्ट में एक क्वेश्चन पूछा था आप लोगों को. क्वेश्चन ये था कि भैया हार्ट बीट और पल्स रेट में क्या डिफरेंस है? क्या आप बता सकते हो क्या डिफरेंस है? अंजू, उसका सही आंसर था बी. एक्चुअली द हार्ट मसल्स, यू नो, दे कॉन्ट्रैक्ट एंड रिलैक्स इन अ पर्टिकुलर पैटर्न. एक उसे कहा जाता है कार्डियक साइकिल, राइट? एंड ड्यूरिंग दिस पंपिंग वो एक हार्ट बीट जनरेट होती है जिसे हम बॉलीवुड में धड़क धड़क कहते हैं, लेकिन असल में वो होता है लव डब साउंड. लव डब साउंड, राइट? लव डब साउंड होता है. That is why that cardiac cycle which is due to the pumping of the heart causes a heartbeat. So normal human being में अगर मैं अपनी heartbeat अभी देख के बताऊँ आप लोगों को तो कई ज्यादा है. I am in my cardio zone first of all now, क्योंकि कब से मैं बड़बड़ किए जा रही हूँ जोर जोर से, ठीक है? So it is like 70 ml of birth. You know 72 is an average. आप लोगों का शायद 72 हो, मेरा अभी चल रहा है 110, ठीक है? So 72 times in a single minute and 70 ml of blood to the body in each heartbeat. हर एक हार्टबीट में 70 ml of blood को पुश किया जाता है, which makes total of 5 liters of blood per minute. 72 हार्टबीट्स में मतलब एक मिनट में 5 लीटर खून ये ऑलरेडी सर्कुलेट कर चुका होता है. Isn't that simply amazing? That's why heart is my special and beautiful organ. Send a heart in the chat box right now. अभी मुझे चाहिए एक एक हार्ट, तब मैं आगे बढ़ूंगी for the pulse rate. तो डॉक्टर के पास जाते हो, डॉक्टर कान में एक इंस्ट्रूमेंट लगाता है. इसका नाम क्या है? इसका नाम क्या है? चैट बॉक्स फटाफट. I need answers over here. What is the name of this instrument? Right? So the best part is to check the pulse rate is over here and below the knee, below your ears, right? यहाँ पे neck, because the aortas would be closer. So यहाँ से दो arteries जाती है हमारी head की ओर, that actually can help you count your pulse rate. Fantastic! So महेंद्र धड़कना नहीं, Rohit and Julie, champion, fantastic. Stethoscope, yes. Thank you both for the lovely heart, right? So now the main reason behind this is, you know, the gushing of blood at every heartbeat. Every heartbeat में जो blood gush होता है हमारी arteries में. So heartbeat is in the case of heart, whereas the pulse rate is the pressure exerted at every heartbeat by every heartbeat on your arteries. That is your pulse rate, that is your vessels. And ये हम detect करते हैं stethoscope से या your, you know, या फिर हमारे उंगलियों से भी, ठीक है? So that was all for today, right? So हम और एक बात कर लेते हैं कि हम कहते हैं 120 by 80 है ना, ये 2 नंबर दिखाते हैं बीपी में. किसी किसी को बीपी का टेंशन होता है, बड़ा हाइपर टेंशन, यार बहुत हाइपर टेंशन है, right? Too much of hypertension. So that, what is that blood pressure? The blood pressure is nothing but the pressure exerted by blood on your walls of the artery. Artery के wall में जितना blood pressure डालेगा, that is blood pressure. हाँ जी, and this is due to the systole and diastole. Now what is systolic and diastolic pressure? Systolic pressure is when your heart is getting squeezed. So इसे भी याद करने का same alphabetic mantra है, right? कि systolic is S and squeezing. So whenever the heart is squeezed, the blood is pumped out. That is systolic. That gives you the upper number, मतलब कि 120 जो आता है, right? And then the diastolic is when the blood enters in, when the heart dilates. Question to you guys is, what is the meaning of the Hg per mg, right? इसका जो यूनिट है हम ऐसे लिखते हैं, है ना, 120/80 mmHg. This is your homework for today. And I want the answers in your chat box. Fatafat. Right? With that, this is Deveeka signing off for today. Hope आपको अच्छा लगा होगा. This session, we are going to meet tomorrow on the same time. कल मैथ्स का सेशन रहेगा 3:15, where you are going to talk about. चलो एक बार टाइम टेबल देख ही लेते हैं, है ना, टाइम टेबल देख लेते हैं एक बार और इसको हम खत्म करेंगे. For this kind of notes, you are going to come on the Telegram channel. Like करें, सब्सक्राइब करें and get over there. I want the answers into the chat box. तो कल का हमारा सेशन है arithmetic progression 2 for mathematics, and I will be there with the fantastic topic of excretion. तो आज हमने पढ़ा दिल, right? We have studied about the heart, but does your heart has any connection with your kidneys, right? हम हमेशा पूछते हैं, may I go to toilet ma'am, right? एक बार तो मेरे सेशन में बच्चे ने पूछ लिया था, some radar has asked me that, right? Now in that case, how do you know that you have to go for urination? कैसे? All such questions will tackle, but do not forget to answer the homework wala question into the chat box, which I will check after this session, and I'll take your names tomorrow. Tata, bye bye, take care, have a nice evening.